Hey everyone, Burlymengaming here. Here to talk Spider-Man Brand New Day, the fourth Sony MCU Spider-Man film. And overall, I'm going to start with spoiler free, and then we're going to go into spoiler section, and we'll have it as a timestamp. So that way, if anyone does not want to know, doesn't want to get to the spoilers, but wants to hear my thoughts and opinions first, you can have that. And if you've seen the film, you want to listen to my spoilers. Yeah. Alrighty. Overall, I really enjoyed it. Really good film, a really good Spider-Man film that has, the weight and the stuff from the character that I really do love and enjoy. And I love that, for the most part, we're going back to kind of basics and fighting a lot of ground level villains and stuff like that, showing Peter just how he handles it. In the case of from the aftermath of the third film, having it in him being more isolated. Really enjoy that stuff. Really good. The film being 2.5 hours, I feel. I'm sorry, this did not need to be 2.5 hours. There is some stuff you could have cut. There's some stuff you can cut or shorten up, and some stuff you could expand upon. It was nice seeing Punisher. I really like the dynamic between Spider-Man and the Punisher in the film. Really good. The Bruce Banner Hulk cameo, good. You've got good little cameos from other characters to make it feel like this is a world lived in. There is the other properties, but it doesn't get too dragged down. Like, this is an MCU film. Like, if you've just watched the first 3 Spider-Man films, you can watch this fourth one. You don't need to have watched all the other Marvel films, which is nice. You'll get a little bit more if you have watched some of the others and some of the TV shows, but that's just how that stuff is. But yeah, figured I pulled up IMDb because you can see some little photos here. So as I'm kind of talking, like, the action was very well done, and if you've played some of the Insomniac Spider-Man games, you'll recognize certain moves and stuff from those games in the film, which is very, very nice. And if you're a Spider-Man fan, they do have classic comic book covers, like the very first Spider-Man cover from Amazing Fantasy number 15, which nice and little good nods to comics. Bringing back MJ and Ned, I think overall they used MJ pretty good. Ned, I think they use him fine, but I'd have to really say what I want to say about it. I have to get to the spoiler section, just because there is a lot to kind of say, and I don't want to spoil it. I love how IMDb here every so often has to just throw into Vogue Street. Yes, to get it. I will give you my score right now before we dive into spoilers, so that way anyone that did watch this, you can at least know my score, not have to watch the spoiler section if you don't want to watch that. For my score of the film, I give it an 8 out of 10. It's a very strong and very good film, but it could have been much better. To hear why it could have been much better, wait for you have to kind of hear my stuff in the spoiler section. But overall, I could recommend it. And if you're a Spider-Man fan, I think you'll really enjoy it. But I'm just going to say one thing. Don't stay for the after credits thing. I feel it is not worth spending the 10 minutes of going through all that for what little payoff you're going to get. Alrighty, I think we can go into spoilers. So, I will put the little timestamp, but as I've said in the past, spoilers, 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 spoilers. Okay, and spoilers. There you go. I think that's good enough. Now we can go into spoilers. You've been warned. Yeah, I don't mind that Peter wanting to reconnect and be hesitant to reconnect with Ned and MJ, that I like. But how it ends up working in the end of the reconnect, I'm like, and just to reconnect them, kind of feels it undoes the ending of the third film, in my opinion. And it's like, kind of, but I get it, because you can't have the whole thing of Peter, him be too isolated with the stuff you do, him being isolated and the transformations. I shouldn't say transformation, but it's applying that he's going to transform. Well, yeah. And the villain, yeah, I bringing in Jean Grey, yeah, it's neat. Hey, we're getting a mutant, but they don't say the word mutant in this. But Jean Grey, the actress, did a really good job as Jean Grey, but there's some things with the character, like I like that she is on a hunt to try to find her sister. As far as I know, from the original X-Men comics, I'm sure it's changed since I've last read through the comics. I don't think she had a sister. But I get it. You do this to set up her story and her emotional moments. And you know what? They try to flush out Damage Control, because I think Damage Control was first shown in the first Spider-Man film, because they were the ones cleaning up after the event from the Avengers, and when Vulture and his crew were supposed to get the cleanup and all that. So, flushing them out, and then, hey, having them being like, yes, we can take this tech. We can take advantage of it. We can get it, and then, we can use it for good purposes. And shows like, hey, you know what? Spider-Man's on our side for now, but, we've got some anti-Spider-Man weapons in case he ever turns rogue, or we don't want to. We don't like what he's doing, and we have a way to counter him, which is interesting. And I'm curious to see what they'll do with Damage Control in the future. And yep, here we've got the images of Jean Grey. The actress did a really great job. I'm curious to see where they're going to go with Jean, and how they're going to kind of use this and try and introduce mutants into the MCU and all that. I kind of like that this was a much grounded, it was much smaller. It's just smaller villains. It's not we're not going, end of the world kind of thing, which is nice. And you have Florence Pugh from Thunderbolts back. And she does good for the little couple cameo scenes you get of her, and it was nice to see her and her say to Spider-Man, "This is all small potato stuff. This is small potatoes. Avengers go for big potatoes," and all, which is kind of nice. And you do get the line in text up on Peter's wall. And good old, great power comes great responsibility. They don't actually say it, which is nice. So it's like, hey, we can put it there and just have it there. And I love that even though Aunt May is gone, they still have flashbacks with her. Peter's visiting her grave all the time, bringing flowers. It's really nice and good heart moments. I like the Peter is evolving. The arachnid sense are taking over more. I think it was well done. I know people are probably going to want more, want him to change. Some people changing the spider thing, but I was like, I think they did it well enough here without going too far. And yeah, just my problems still just being like the runtime. You spent too much on certain things that I feel you could have cut this out or shortened this. And there is a little bit of predictability in the film. You can see quite a while on where this film's going to go with the story, in my opinion. Like, I knew Jean Grey was in the film. That's the thing. It was the worst kept secret. I saw it on social media, but even if I didn't, the film spells it out a little bit too easily for you, in my opinion. And it was nice to see we have Hulk here. They go back to the traditional Hulk eventually in it, and it is nice to see the original Hulk back. I kind of grown tired what they've done with Hulk. And you're never going to get a Hulk solo film because Universal is going to be way too greedy on that. Yeah. I think this is enough rambling for me. I'm sure you're all like, okay, get to the end. End Burly here. Yeah. I still recommend the video. If you are a Spider-Man fan, I think you'll enjoy it. But I'd love to hear from you all in the comment section. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Let me know. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up. It really does help for the video to get out there. New here and you like what you see, please consider hitting subscribing. Because when we're on a goal to get to 500 subscribers, if I do, I have to order the Virtual Boy for the Switch 2 and make videos on that. So if you want to see that and see me suffer, subscribe and click that notification bell. That way you get notified when the latest videos drop. Alright, I think this is enough from me rambling. It's Burlymengaming. See y'all next time. Bye, everyone!